Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. So, this coming month in September, I know I'm filming this a little early. It is only August 23rd. We are going to not only play TBRinko, but also participate in Bookopoly-thon from Becca and the Books. So, I didn't want to completely leave TBRinko out because it's my baby. But I also wanted to participate in Bookopoly-thon. So this is what I brainstormed. I'm going to roll, I found my dice. I'm going to roll my dice, and half of my prompts, like half of my drops for TBRinko, will be TBRinko, and half will be dice rolls for Bookopoly. So say I get an 8, 4 drops, 4 rolls. Also, there's been some changes. We have a TBRinko reward jar and a TBRinko punishment jar, which I'm pretty sure they're self-explanatory. Excuse my dog. And since I can report that I have finished my TBR for the month of August, we're going to draw a reward, if I can get my hands in it. Really? Come on. We'll go, oh, this is 2. We'll go with this one. So, our reward is only drop half of the times on the dice. So, this prompt is like, say I roll a 12, I only have to drop 6 times. Or if I roll a, I don't know, an 8 4 times. Like, it's always half. If I get an odd number and you can't half it evenly, we round up. So, or since it's a reward, let's round down, because I have similar prompts to in the punishment jar where I have to double, or like 1.5 times. So if I do that, we'll round up in punishment, round down in reward. Let's do that. I like that idea. So, only have to drop half. So now I kind of hope I get a high roll so I can do more between Bookopoly and TBRinko. Also, this was on a suggestion video from a comment that I do a tally so that if my penny falls in one of my TBRinko slots, 3 times, I have to add a drop. So like, it drops in 1 and then 3 and then 6 and then back to 1 for 2 more drops. I would have to add a drop once that's filled. So that was an idea. You can't really see the numbers as well as I thought you would. This is honestly like one of those picture magnets that I took the picture out, and because then I can just reuse it. One moment. I left something out of reach. Part of Becca's Bookopoly, I will, as we go around, I will tell you what prompts I get as we go. There are, of course, what in the normal Monopoly would be community chest. She has on here as community shelf, and there are still chance cards. So I printed off these little mini Becca's Bookopoly-thon community chests, community shelves, and chance cards, and wrote different things on them. So the chance card is specific books in my library that if I land, like, I have to, you know, draw one of these. So this has a specific book by an author. So like we have, my fingers want to work. We have like, you know, Serpent and Dove with my terrible handwriting. You know, the Midnight Library, things like that. And then on the community shelf cards, we have prompts. So I put things like unread Goodreads random book. So on my Goodreads, I have a shelf that says unread books I own. And so I would go to a random number generator and then count down that many books. And if it comes up to being like a second in a series, I would read the first book or the next book in that series that I'm on. Or we have random color generator, random letter generator, things like that. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to angle my camera so that you can see the Bookopoly board on the floor, because my tripod doesn't tilt that way. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. Or it might just get to the point where I tape it onto TBRinko so everyone can see it, and just take my piece that I have right here and move it around. Which our piece is a raptor claw from a dino Monopoly board that I have. So with that being said, we will get started. I will actually move TBRinko up because you can't see the prompts. So one moment. Alright, so you can't see where it says TBRinko, but you can at least see where it drops. So I guess we'll have to deal with it. I don't have it really anywhere else to hang it right now, because where I was playing TBRinko in my kitchen, the dragon's tank has now found a home in front of it. So we're gonna have to make do for now. So let's start things off with rolling our dice and finding out how many drops we are going to cut in half in order to play these games. Let's see, come on. All right, so we have, we have 11. Nope, just kidding, 10. I thought the 4 was a 5. We have 10, so we are going to cut that in half to do 5 books. 5 drops or rolls. I know I said I would round down, but I kind of want to round up because the past few months I've been reading, like I read 6 books, and then I read 4 books, and then I read, 6 books this month. I actually ended up reading a book that wasn't in TBRinko last month. So I read more than I was supposed to last month. So let's round up anyways. So we are going to do 6. So 3 drops and 3 Bookopoly-thons. Alright, I have just dug out my prompts, and I actually added a bunch of prompts with my friend Ree the other day. So there will be some, hopefully we'll get one of those, because I'm excited for those, honestly. So let's give them a little shuffle. Oh, that one's backwards. And we will go with this one, which I honestly am kind of curious if I have one. Oh, we do. Okay. animals in the title. So the book has to have a animal in the title. I don't know if I have one. So this will be interesting. Alright, sorry. I had to help Quincy find a snack of Cheez-Its. So for the first one, let's do TBRinko. And we were gonna drop it. Wait, is that straight? Hold on. There we go. Alright, so gonna mark our tally. Number 1. And we get a book between 300 and 350 pages. So, uno momento. My dog's dreaming now. This is great. So we have Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. Honestly picked this up because I've been reading a lot of her books lately and I want to own all of them. I think I have one now that I do not own. How do you kill a god? As her father's chosen heir, 18-year-old Rasmira has trained her whole life to become a warrior and lead her village, but when her coming-of-age trial is sabotaged and she fails the test, her father banishes her to the monster-filled wilderness with an impossible quest. To win back her honor, she must kill the oppressive god who claims tribute from the villages every year, or die trying. So, that is our first one. Alright. Drop number 2. So we're going to replace the prompt with person on the cover. Alright. Where did I put my penny? Alright, got our penny. Drop number 2. Of course. We have animal in the title. Let's make sure we mark off our number 2. So we got our tally's going. An animal in the title. I don't know if I have any. Alright, so we're going to stretch the prompt a little bit to make it fit. But we have The Beast Player by Nohoko Yuashi. So, animal, I'm just going to take beast. Like, yeah, I guess. Elin's family has an important responsibility, caring for the fearsome water serpents that form the core of the kingdom's army. So when some of the creatures mysteriously die, Ellen's mother is sentenced to death as punishment. With her last breath, she manages to send her daughter to safety. Alone and far from home, Ellen soon discovers that she can communicate with both the terrifying water serpents and the majestic beasts that guard her queen. This skill gives her great power, but it also involves her in deadly plots that could cost her life. Can she save herself and prevent her beloved beasts from being used as tools of war, or is there no escaping the terrible battles to come? So, it's a translated work. It's written by Nohoko Yuashi. I will figure out how to, pronounce their name, but it's translated by Kathy Hirano. So, I don't know. The only reason I picked this book up was because I saw the cover to the sequel and loved it. So, as we know, I buy books based off from blurbs and covers. Shocker. So, let's grab our penny and replace our prompt. And let's see. What do we got? Oh, come on. My fingers don't want to work. Let's do one of the ones that this is a fun one that I really want to try. So geographic location. So for this kind of prompt, what would happen is I would hope to find somewhere online like a random location generator, like a random country locator or whatnot, and I'd have to read a book from that country. If I don't own one, then I can try again until I get to a country that I own a book from there. Does that make sense? It does in my head, the way. We'll have to get it to figure it out. Okay. Next drop. Let's go. All right. So, a book that starts with the first letter of my first name. A book that starts with the first letter of my first name. So, an N. In a situation like this, I'm not counting the. Okay, so we have Night Spinner by Addie Thorley. This is a Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling. So it says, the bag. We'll just read this tiny bit because I don't want to read in here because it usually gives way too much of the story away. So, the people of Ashkar will never forget what I truly am. A murderer, a monster, an Ambesh the destroyer. How foolish to think I could forget for even a day. And I probably showed this off when I got it for my birthday, but it's this pretty blue cover with a silver spine. So, we shall see. We'll stick that in there. So, and it dropped on 4. And we're going to keep these tallies from month to month. We don't get to wipe them. So, 1, 2, and 4. Give me 1 minute and I will clear this up and figure out how I'm putting Bookopoly up. So 1 moment. Alright, so it's not ideal, but we got it to work. I got a tack holding it up. I know you probably cannot see these prompts, but I will read them when I land on them. Okay? So, roll number 1. We have 4, and it's doubles. In Bookopoly, you get doubles, you add a roll. So, this has gone up now to 4 rolls on here. I'm going to keep a tally. So, we're at 4. So, this is where it says go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 being a TBR veteran. So a book that has been on my TBR the longest. And to be honest, a good chunk of these books I'd gotten all around the like same time, so that's gonna be kind of hard. I probably, you know what? Let's go with Graceling. I bought Graceling back forever ago. Bitter Blue was in hard copy. So that's how long ago it was. I bought Graceling when I had my first edition of Graceling. So we will read Graceling by Kristen Kashore. Katsa is a Graceling, one of the rare people born with an extreme skill. A niece of the king, she's lived a life of privilege until the day her ability to kill a man with her bare hands revealed itself during a royal banquet. Now she acts as the uncle's enforcer, traveling the kingdom and threatening those who dare to oppose him. So, that will be our TBR veteran. Where did I put my dino claw? Right there. All right. Let's roll 1. We have 3 more. So roll number 2. And we have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A hyped book. A hyped book. Do I own any? If I do, they're certainly not new. You know what? This was hyped not that long ago because of the show that just came out. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Orphaned and expendable, Alina Starkov is a soldier who knows she may not survive her first trek across the Shadowfold, a swath of unnatural darkness crawling with monsters. But when her regiment is attacked, Alina unleashes dormant magic not even she knew she possessed. Now, Alina will enter a lavish world of royalty and intrigue as she trains with the Grisha, her country's magical military elite, and falls under the spell of her notorious leader, the Darkling. Sorry, my cat is behind the TV and keeps distracting me. He believes Alina can summon a force capable of destroying the Shadowfold and reuniting the war-ravaged country, but only she can master her untamed gift. As the threat to the kingdom mounts and Alina unlocks the secrets of her past, she will make a dangerous discovery that could threaten all she loves and the very future of a nation. So, that's that. So we have a TBR vet and a hyped book. Roll number 3. We have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. History. I don't know what that means. Let me go grab my cheat sheet. Alright, so I have Becca's breakdown of the spaces. So history. Read a book that was inspired by a period of history or historical event. These can be historical fiction books set in a particular time period, retellings of a historical event, or books that reference a particular event or time period. It's gonna take a minute. Okay. So I found a book. And, well, we'll see, right? We have Titanic by Colonel Archibald Gracie. Archibald Gracie was probably among the last to leave the sinking Titanic on that cold night in April of 1912. He is the most accurate contemporary account of what happened the moment the great liner hit the iceberg. But this is his journal that was made into a novel. So it's historic. Like, who doesn't know the Titanic story? And it's a skinnier book, and I'm gonna need it because, like, and there's not much on a page for each of them, so I'm gonna need it. Now let's hope I don't get another odd, because I don't want to add to this, because it's already gonna be 7 books, a 7-book TBR. I have never attempted one that big. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I did. All right, so we got 3. Where did I put? There's my dino claw. So 1, 2, 3. Current events. A book that is inspired by current events or a poignant topic in modern society, racism or homophobia. I don't have anything like that. I don't think. Like, I have The Wisdom of Whores, which is, but that's, I don't know if that is still considered poignant in today's society. I don't have anything else. What do we do? Let's redo that roll. Let's move it back to history and we'll re-roll. Excuse me, re-roll. Like, because I don't have a book to fit it. Alright, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A chance card. Okay. Gotta reach them. All right. I don't know how I feel about this pick. Like, when I wrote it, I wanted to get this book. But at the same time, I'm not sure if now I want to read it. So I guess that's what makes it interesting. We have Percy Jackson by Riordan. I was hoping to get something else that I really, really wanted to read this month. So, oh well. Percy Jackson it is. I'll stand up and be right back. All right. So Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Well, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief. Percy is a demigod. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Percy is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, at least, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological creatures and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with the father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of an oracle which warns him of a betrayal of a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves. So, I've read this a long time ago. Let's see. I read this in like 11 years ago or 12 years ago. So, it'll be nice to reread, but I wanted to read something else this month. But, oh well. Let me organize these books real quick, and I will show you our TBR for this month. The chunker that it is. Why did I do this to myself? Oh, God. Oh, nope. Stay on the top. Nope. Stay. Alright, so we have Night Spinner, Graceling, Shadow and Bone, bleh, Warrior of the Wild, the Beast Player, the Lightning Thief, and Titanic. That is our TBR for September. So that will be fun. Next month, we are going to have a guest star. My best friend Ree is going to come play TBRinko with me, and she's actually going to be the one picking all my books. So, remember, until next time, you are loved.